Hello and welcome to day 4. And if you haven't yet met Carina, I'd like you to meet Carina, my beloved. And she is amazing with energetics and beliefs. And she's going to be helping us today with this very important step in the boundary journey. So much of the boundary setting isn't just about the words we say, it's about the energy that's behind them. You can feel it if your boundary is firm, felt, and grounded. You can feel it if it feels explosive and angry, throwing grenades and burning bridges left, right, and center. And you can feel it if your boundary is as powerful as a house of cards ready to collapse at the slightest resistance. On day 2, we spoke about that incredible moment with Gandalf on the bridge facing the Balrog saying, "Thou shalt not pass." His need was the survival of the fellowship, and he was connected to that need from deep within. His need mattered to him. He didn't say, "Okay, you can pass if you're nice to my friends." He's feeling his boundary in his very soul. It's his truth.
Exactly, Matt. Exactly. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. I love that you've been talking about how boundaries make you feel, because that, along with the stories you're telling yourself in your head, like you explored in day 3 yesterday, are all clues to the energy that you're coming from with your boundaries. When I first started leading women's circles many years ago, there were a lot of women who would come to the group who were very angry and upset and frustrated at how the people in their lives weren't respecting their boundaries. They had just discovered how to make boundaries, and people weren't respecting them. And it felt to me, hearing their stories, that their boundaries were like a power struggle. Like, if you don't do that thing, then I've lost. You should do what I've asked. They should do this thing that I've asked for, right? Can you feel how hot that is, how indignant? And while that makes sense and all emotions are completely valid, I have an energy shift for you to consider. Instead of fighting for your boundaries, instead of being in win-lose energy, let's take a look right now at what energy might need to shift to simply be present with yourself, present with them in whatever they choose. So you can be in your full capacity to quietly, calmly follow through with your consequences. Because if you are present and in your full capacity, then it follows to be able to call in the calm acceptance of being willing to hear their choice. Let them choose. Let them show you who they are. No second guessing, no doubt, no back and forth. You've decided. It's that simple. How I think of boundaries is like a drawbridge to my castle. If you aren't doing what I've asked, then my drawbridge is simply closed. Now, if part of you is horrified, your tender, people-loving heart, you're right. You're right. You might have some people that won't be as close to you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the energetic shift. Letting the consequences be simple is brave work. Letting it not mean anything about you is undoing some pretty big conditioning that we should be responsible for other people and their emotions. Okay, so let's shift this. I invite you to expand your awareness and your energy, whatever you're feeling in your body right now, your head, your heart, your belly, your feet. Let it expand out. Let it expand bigger than that horror, than your fears. Let it expand as you breathe into a space of being allowed to make these boundaries and have these consequences. And here's where your mind gets to claim some pretty powerful things. You're allowed because you're allowed because you've decided. They don't give you that permission. Your parents don't give you that permission. Nobody but you gives you that permission. And so you decided. And from there, from that calm knowing, you can stay in your presence. You cannot get lost in worry, overthinking, defensiveness. Who else is that where you sometimes go to, right? Oh, is this the right thing? Should I be doing this? No. This bigger piece is an energy you get to claim, and it's a story you get to start running in your subconscious. It can look lots of different ways in the moment with that other person, like validating them, even while you still enact those consequences, or not needing to over explain yourself. But no matter what, when you come from love and presence, it will feel like calm, simple presence.
So let yourself have it. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Let yourself root into claiming and following through on your boundaries, not from anger, but from love for yourself, from knowing what kind of life you're building and what helps it thrive, what helps you thrive. Tomorrow, day 5, you'll set your boundary, and I'll walk you through how to do it with clarity, with care, and with the best chance of success, and along with the support of everything you've been practicing and doing this week. And we're so committed to powerful boundaries and the huge benefits they give to relationships. And we know that they can feel confusing and clunky at first. So if you're on this journey, but you would love extra attention on your particular situation, we've decided to open up 5 and only 5 spots starting next week for a 20-minute focus call to get our eyes and ears on your specific situation.
It's free, right?
It's free.
Call. Yeah.
It's a free call.
You're welcome.
See you tomorrow.